My name is Roby Atadero. I am a senior programmer at 옵시디언 Entertainment working on Grounded. Pretty excited to show the game off here at XO London 19. Grounded is a 1 to 4 player co-op survival game in which players are shrunk down to the size of an ant and have to go on story-based missions in a, while normally mundane backyard, is now the grand and fantastical. And they will have to build, craft, explore, and survive to find a way to grow back again in a yard filled with dangerous insects that are also vying for survival. We've been toying around with the idea of making a survival game at 옵시디언 for a while now, and it wasn't until Deadfire started to wind down that we started having some brainstorming sessions, and one of the ideas that came out of it was, what if we made a game where you were shrunk down to the size of an ant? And Adam Brennicke, our project director, he was pretty excited about this idea, so he took it over to Fergus. Fergus was like, hey, you guys should do this, so we put together a team of 14, and we just started running away with it, and within a month we could tell we already had something special. We have about over 150 developers at the studio, so that gives us the opportunity to try some smaller, more creative projects. We've always wanted this project to stay pretty small so that we could always keep a strong focus on what we thought would be the best element to add to the game next. So, you know, we are exploring and doing creative things in this game, so we want to be able to shift focus when we thought it best made sense. And once we open this up to the community and we start getting their feedback, being a small team will help us also allow us to pivot really quickly to address what we think would be the next best thing to add. One of the great things about being with Microsoft is they've told us, hey, we want you guys to make the games you are best at making. And if you have a project that you think is exciting, go ahead and do it. And this is one of those games we did start prior to the acquisition. They saw it, they were pretty excited and said, you know what, you guys keep doing what you're doing. And it's been great so far. The 4 core pillars of this game are craft, build, explore, and survive. So we want to make sure that at the core, this is still a survival title. So if you are a fan of this genre, you will still get to experience the same challenges and have the same expectations that you would go into any other survival game. The one thing we want to do, though, is we want to make sure we make it approachable. The survival genre sometimes is a very hardcore-oriented genre, so we want to kind of smooth out some of those edges we find can be a little off-putting. So we're doing things with the crafting menus. We're doing a lot more tutorialization. We want to make sure there's a narrative focus so that players always have a clear goal of where they would go to next, but still keep that sandbox element where if they just want to play with the environment, mess with the bugs, build a base, they can do that all to their heart's content. But yeah, that's one of the things we think we want to do with the game is also bring some elements we feel we do strongly at 옵시디언. So we want to make sure that even, for example, we may have some player choice in, say, our tech trees where you get to choose what items you can craft or what new buildings that you can unlock. So we want to keep it a survival game, but add just enough of that 옵시디언 flavor that you could tell it's one of those studio titles from 옵시디언. We're going to be releasing on Game Preview on Xbox as well as early access on both Steam and on the Windows Store in spring 2020.